Welcome to the first episode of the platform. I'm your host, Jaden Hope, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Safian Lewis. Hi.
and we have a special guest on the show today.
It's your boy Swervo. We back in the building.
So, Swervo, thank you for being here. We're so excited to have you, and we know that you have a lot of music and a lot of experience here at State College with shows and people. So, let's talk. What's been going on with you?
Not much. I just been honestly recently. I've been in the writer's block, so I just been trying to get back into the flow. I'm preparing to drop my first project, so it's like just honestly getting the process ready for that, and it's just it could become overwhelming.
Okay. So, let's talk about what made you choose Penn State.
Not gonna lie, I remember when I was younger, I used to just look at colleges and whichever one looked the best from the pictures. That's honestly how I looked at this school, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go here, and then I've always had it in my mind, you know. And then it came time for high school. It's like I really didn't have no other school in mind. I would have applied to Ivy Leagues, but it's just like I don't even like school like that. Like
Yeah.
I have a question. You mentioned Ivy Leagues. Do you feel like you could have had the same effect music-wise at an Ivy League school compared to maybe an HBCU or a PWI?
Honestly, no. I feel like, or I wouldn't say no, but I give it the possibility. Just honestly, because I feel like with me now, I have grown a lot as an artist. Like I started rapping in 2022 for all I really know. Like I just was on the game with my friends playing GTA, and I just tried it and then just kept going at it. Like I honestly can't believe that I am even able to even rap, kind of.
Yeah. Well, you're very talented for sure. So, out of all of your tracks that you ever dropped, what's your favorite?
My favorite,
And why?
this is hard. It's like all my tracks are my babies. You know what I'm saying? They're all my sons. So it's like
Something got to stand out, though.
Right.
for like the come up.
Mm.
The come up. And the reason why I say that is because one, that was my very first song I ever put out. Like I never honestly thought I'd be able to put out a work of art capable of what the come up was. And like it's just that song for me is like it really came from the heart. It really hits home for me.
So you mentioned getting your start in 2022. I feel like I can kind of say that you were a late bloomer when it comes to rapping. So you said you kept at it and kept going. What inspired you to keep going, even though like you started on the game, so to say?
Because honestly, like when I got into high school, I was one of the COVID kids. So it's just like we just in the house on the game all day. The first 2 weeks is fine. Months go by. Can't even really go outside. Can't link your friends. None of that. It was just like I got tired of the game, and I honestly had to think. I'm like, what is something that's gonna actually make me happy to want to do? Like I know I gotta prepare to go to college soon and shit, and it's like what I'm saying, I'm supposed to go get this degree, whatever. But like I want to be able to live this life and do something I actually want to do, and just have whatever job I'm gonna get after college, just fund that.
Mm-hmm. So, who is SwervoStaacks? Like, I know that you said you grew up coming from New York, right?
Yeah.
So, tell us more about that, like growing up and how that inspired you to make the type of music that you make today.
For like SwervoStaacks, there's a lot of things. He's a business.
Yes.
He's a businessman. He's a artist. He's a producer. He's a writer. Like vocalist. Like it's so many things that could describe me as a person. I reiterate. I never would have thought I'd ever do music a day in my life. Like until until COVID happened. Honestly. Like it wasn't even a thought in my mind. Like I'm not into sports. I don't play sports like that. Like I play a little bit of ball here and there, but like what I'm saying.
Speaking of who is SwervoStaacks, how do you think people perceive SwervoStaacks, and how do you want them to perceive SwervoStaacks as a person?
Honestly, I can still hear me good without this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, wait, say that one more time. Say it one more
How
time.
do you think people perceive SwervoStaacks versus how you want them to perceive SwervoStaacks?
I think they perceive me as like, honestly, like, it's kind of hard. Like, um,
A lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could say a lot. Yeah,
Mhm.
they, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people like me, a lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying? And that's fine. But I feel like that's just honestly what comes with moving up and trying to do bigger and better things. Like, people, I will say, have really switched up since, like, you know what I'm saying, doing music and like starting clubs and things like that. Like, people, a lot of people have switched up, and that's one thing I will say about this college life. And one advice to everybody listening is that your first friend group will not be the one you end with. Like, this is it really is insane.
Okay. So speaking of State College and people here, is there any artists here that you would like to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Hmm. I'm honestly open to a lot of artists, you know. It's just like it just has to be the right moment. Like, the music can't be forced. Like, it just has to be something that just makes sense.
Right.
Like, honestly, somebody I know, his name, he goes by PGM Azar, and he is really talented, and
Right.
I honestly always push him to do a lot more with his music and really promote and drop music. Like, that's how people are gonna notice you. Like, you just have to drop. So, like, that's one person I'm really looking to get in the studio with and work on.
Well, all right. Since we on the State College rappers, who's your top 5 Penn State rappers?
Oh, y'all are crazy. Okay. All right. I see what this is. Trying to get me. Yeah, State College rappers. Can it be current and past, or does it have to be its own
Any rapper you know
Yeah.
about that either went to Penn State, or goes to Penn State now,
Or float around Penn State.
or float around,
or
Penn
is
State?
local in the community?
Right.
Local, okay. So you got my boy Guala. He makes very great music and he produces. I need to go tap in with him. He's really talented. My second is I Am Raiden. He honestly inspired me to become more vocal and to like trying more singing tracks and really just getting on the melodic side of things. Like you know, I come from New York, so we come with that type rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what I know. And then it's like they've caused me to really become more versatile with music and try new things. Who else? I would say Juvenile Frequency. He's another great artist. J-Con, and you also have 130 Hill. They're all talented, and I feel like everybody should be listening to their music.
Okay.
There's a lot more, but it's just I said 5.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I feel like you left some names off that top 5 list, but
okay.
That's how I feel.
So speaking of, people and collaborations, what is your dream feature?
My dream feature?
She stole my question, y'all.
My dream feature, I feel like
male or female?
Male or female? Nas. Me and Nas. Well, I feel like if I were to ever get him on the track, we'd make a mean New York track. You know what I'm saying? Like it really, I think, would have come together and become a hit. You know what I'm saying? But other people, like, I feel like currently now, like, I don't know if y'all know, like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people hate on her, and she's a female rapper. Like, her name's Cardi B. Like, honestly, I feel like
she was unknown or something.
Yeah, like, she really hated on though. Like honestly, like, I think, like, I've listened to her songs. I think her songs is cool. I think she make hits.
Yeah, I love Cardi.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cardi B, y'all.
So, like, yeah, Cardi. Of course, you know, you're saying you gotta throw Drake on the list. Drake is an inspire.
Shout out to Drake.
You know what I'm saying? If we want one more, I would say Rihanna. Rihanna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What you think you could do on a Rihanna song, man?
Oh, we could be on some Caribbean team.
Oh, okay. Work. Tight time.
Yeah.
So, what's your major, and what made you choose it here at Penn State?
I'm a agricultural business major.
Mm-hmm.
I chose that major just because it's like I've always been business minded. I A lot of people don't even know. Like I was 17 when I came to Penn State. Like I just turned 17. I ended up skipping a grade during COVID. So it
Newsflash.
Mm-hmm. You got a
yeah.
young one.
Whoa.
Listen, don't do that. Don't do that. But it was just like I always been business minded. I went to a business high school. I graduated with a CTE business endorsed diploma, so I already have like
Fancy.
a lot of qualifications for these business jobs. So it's just like I've always just had my mind on it. But if I didn't do business, I'd be doing law. I definitely would be like an attorney.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so now we get to the good part of the show.
Oh boy.
So this summer, rap beef has been pretty prominent. You know, we got the whole Drake and Kendrick thing going on. How do you feel about bringing rap beef? Let's put air quotes around it. Rap beef to Penn State, or do you feel like it's already around, and maybe you feel like people are scared to engage in it? How do you feel? How do you feel you can handle it?
I honestly think it's a bit of everything, honestly, because it's like you have people that they make a song and they'll throw a little diss in their little beat, you know what I'm saying, and they think it's some fire, and then they try to push the song and it don't do good. So it's just like I feel like people honestly should speak their mind. Like if somebody has a problem with somebody, why not get in the booth with it? Like I'm gonna always take it to the booth. I have songs like I take it to the booth, and it's like I feel like I honestly be feeling like people be dissing me, sneak dissing me, and then I don't say nothing about it. But it's like if these people ever wanted to try to put me on a track and try to at me or something like that, it's like we got tracks in the cut. Like I don't play with none of these rappers, honestly.
Do you feel like any of these rappers could out rap you?
I mean, I'm not gonna say they could. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen nothing that could show me that they could.
Right.
Okay.
I feel like you're a lyrical genius.
Yeah, I feel like there's people here that are lyrical though. Like I would never discredit somebody just cause you know what I'm saying. They may be a little weird, but
you don't think people think you're a little weird?
Well, why would they think I'm a little weird? I tell you this, right? People would only think I'm weird from other people's assumptions.
And this goes back to how do you want people to perceive SwervoStaacks versus how
people could persuade. I said persuade. Damn.
Come on, get it together, young man.
Perceive me however they want to, but at the end of the day, it's like the love I get in real life is not fake. So it's just like people see me, you know what I'm saying? Even people that don't like me, they still see me and they dime me up. They say, "What's up?" Trying to see how you doing. It's like that's just what's gonna come with this. And even like going into the industry, like all it takes is for me to just have just one song, honestly. And I feel like I got that song, but even going into the industry, you're gonna have people doing this on a bigger scale. One like you know what I'm saying. So this ain't nothing new. This is something to be expected.
Right. Do you consider yourself a performer? Like, how do you feel about your latest performance at Lights Out? And you did perform at the Dean's List, and I feel like you may be performing at the upcoming one. So how do you feel about performing?
I feel like performing. I feel like I'm pretty good at performing. I'm usually, you know what I'm saying. I feel like my performances usually get the crowd jumping. They usually get the crowd lit. A lot of the times. Usually, most of the time, anytime I'm called for a performance, I'm really the one that's opening the performance. So it's just like, and for someone to pick you to open the performance, they're really trusting you to, say not fumble and get the energy going. Right, so it's just like I have a lot in my mind when it comes to performances. There's a lot more I want to do with my performances, and honestly, just be about the time span of me really finding out and me being able to do these things. Because
earlier you mentioned that you're dropping an album, right?
Yeah.
I was wondering, are you dropping a track list for that as well? Are there any features? Like, how's this album? Are you able to tell us this?
Yeah, it's gonna be a little track list. It's gonna be a bit of everything. I'm also having a project release party, so you know what I'm saying, y'all definitely are invited.
Yes.
So
appreciate it.
We're gonna get lit. It's gonna be jumping. it's just a lot of things go into really dropping a project. I know I've taken a lot of time to really drop this project. I dropped in 2022. It's 2024. We're about to go into 2025. You know, I just want to make sure that this is perfect, this is right, because this is something that I'm putting money into. One thing I don't endorse is artists just dropping music and not putting any funding behind it. It's like you're wasting studio time, you're wasting other people's time that are investing into making a song. You need to be able to push it right because you have to compete with the industry. You have to break your way into the industry. Like, so it's just making sure everything is right to the T. Like like the funding, the music, like the clean versions, like a lot of the songs I still need to do for my project. That's why I would say my project is about 95% done. It's just about doing the clean versions for radio and sending those off. It's a lot. So
Okay. Well, since you were talking about some of the complications of being an artist, what do you feel like your daily struggles look like being an artist and a student? Like, what's the most hectic feeling for you? Like, what is hectic for you?
it's it's like honestly just being able to balance both. Like I feel like sometimes I get caught up so much into being a student, like it kind of pushes a bit of my passion for music away because I'm trying to really put my focus and all into something that could be like, you know what I'm saying, falling a bit at times. Like, you know, I feel like we all had that one exam like we studied days for and then boom, we just bomb it. And it's just like that really just brings your confidence down and it makes you not want to do nothing.
All right, my question for you is, what's that one thing or person or feeling that just keeps you going when it comes to rapping or writing? Like, you know, people get writer's block sometimes. What keeps you going and keeps you passionate about this music stuff?
Um like honestly, like just I love music. Like I do music for fun. Like I literally like in my free time I don't even be on my game like that. But in my free time I'll literally sit down and listen to a beat and just write what comes to mind to it. Like that's something I actually enjoy doing. And like it's just something that just like keeps me like makes me happy to do. Like I actually like doing it.
So, do you like to party too? I know that you just started Swerve ENT. So tell us more about you also being a party promoter and thrower.
Yeah, I like throwing parties. Yeah, I know me. Yeah, up in the party, sipping Bacardi, like you know how that. Like, I think we honestly made a big breakthrough in actually throwing these parties because it's like you know I was able to take the network from me doing music into going into a different network with parties and being able to promote and do these other things and little do people know like I have something like very big coming up soon that we're still trying to lock in and I feel like that's just gonna be the big one. Like that's gonna be the one that really solidifies Swerve Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? All of our associates that are a part that helps with it, you know, it's really gonna be a good thing.
Awesome. When it comes to being here at Penn State, what's the difference that you've experienced compared to home? Like, when I say that, I mean like experiences as far as friends, opportunities and stuff, because I know like us coming from urban communities, we experience a lot of hardships and like it was a lot for us to get here. So tell us more about that and like your neighborhood and where you came from.
Okay. I honestly feel like the difference is the environment itself. Like, you know, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm from East New York, and like that's really like one of the lowest income areas of Brooklyn. So it's just like I've seen a lot growing up. You know what I'm saying? Then part of my life I moved to Jamaica, Southside Jamaica, Queens, and like I still see a similar things, but you know, I really grew up around that. Like I was in my teenage years around that. And then, you know, I got into college, got into college. I remember just going back for that first break after this like after classes and the midterms and stuff for Thanksgiving break, and I just remember like everything just looked bad around me. It's like you lived around it, but once you came up here and then you go back home, it looks completely different. So you have a very different perspective about it, and it's like in your mind, it's just like, nah, I gotta get out of here. Like I gotta get a way out. Either way it goes, like I remember like it'll always be some people that'll just stand in front of the corner store across the street from my building, and they just be sitting there smoking. Like, it's crazy. I leave for months, I come back there in the same spot, still smoking and drinking. Like that's just what people do. Like, even still this dates when I go back, they still smoking and drinking in front of the same spot. Like these people have seen me since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like it's really like crazy, and it's like I don't want to be a part of that cycle.
Right. I definitely agree with that.
Do you feel like you ever had to kind of code switch your music or your sound to adapt to a different community? Like you said, you're from New York. This is, upwards in PA in the mountains. Did you ever feel like you had to switch your sound to adapt to a different community?
Honestly, no. Like the most I may have to do is substitute words and make clean versions of my songs. But I honestly feel like my songs is what makes me as an artist. I can't me code switching and switching to something else is basically giving you a fake version of me. Like I feel like if people going to mess with your music, they're going to mess with your music. If people like your music, they're going to go stream it, they're going to go buy it. So I feel like it's no need to code switch. Like people are going to mess with you for you.
Right.
Okay.
So I watched a previous interview that you did with Dylan about the Dean's List. You said something about a real artist always writes their lyrics. Do you feel like that's still the motto?
Yeah, of course. You have to write your lyrics, like, and I feel like a lot of people, they confuse co-writers with ghostwriters, but I feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It's like we all get writer's block, especially like when you're signed and you're under labels and things like that. Things are due in a timely manner. So if you're in a writer's block, you can't really force yourself to start writing, because then your music is going to be trash. Like a lot of people, it's a lot of mediocrity like around in the music industry right now, and that's just from people. I honestly think people just are on writer's block. People don't know what to write about. Everybody's rapping about the same thing. So it's just like people gonna do what is hot right now, even though it may not sound good.
Okay. So you're not in the writer's block right now, are you?
No, I don't. I feel like I'm just getting out of one. I'll be honest.
Okay. So I mean, the people want to hear a freestyle.
Yes,
so,
we do.
Mind you, on this freestyle, there are no limitations. Say whatever you need to say.
Mm-hmm.
Say whatever you want to say. We're not stopping you.
I can say whatever I want.
We gave you the platform. That's all we did.
Okay.
We gave you the platform.
You need the plan.
Say it how I want to see it.
Whatever you
say
need
whatever
to do.
you need to do. You got a beat in mind?
Yeah. What I'm saying? It's a little for Swerve freestyle. Niggas been trying to play like I don't do this rap shit. And we can talk about it, you know what I'm saying? This big brother in the building, I need you to understand the fuck up, you run this rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look for Robitussin and Advils to heal the pain. Niggas think they know of me. It's a different game. Respect the game, and no diamonds around my neck and chains. Only white teams with the reps to know we spit the pain. Never ask your brother, she gon' give it up. Second from them guns, never took, but we keep them tough. I ain't rich, but I've been ballin', so I just keep a buck. Niggas know it's Swervo on the track, turn the speakers up. Sitting in the class, I put the work and show you how to solve it. Rapping, but they sleep on it. Y'all niggas just be pillow talking, pen and peckable. That's why these niggas take it edible. I ain't wanna go argue with, I'm putting on the pedestal. Bar so sick, it got me fucking up my wordplay. I set the standard, I'm bowling on my worst day. I ain't never had to fuck up this nigga to earn rate. I make a scream line, move like it's a parade. We go back to back like them triggers is double tap. I'm from Brooklyn where it's hip hop, so I really rap. Give me that. Hustle motors, take your chain and fit it cap. It's a rap. I ain't beefing with no niggas in the trap. Yeah. You gotta respect the game. Cause niggas really die on this shit. It's about how bad you really want this stuff for real. And I'm starving like I'll catch a case.
Yeah.
What I'm saying though, respect. Hold on. Yeah, hey, I don't sound like a J. Cole or wanna be Yeet. I got rap, so I smoke while I speak. I only spit with the heat. Y'all be comparing me to niggas who sleep. I'm in the culture TLC got me weak. Facts. I ain't no clout chaser worried about the paper power and the favorite time will come later. Swing through the paper like God said, always love on thy neighbor, but niggas turn into haters. They switch and watching my paper. Yeah, time change niggas and bitches is over money. It's the life that we live in the shit. But moving funny is a memory. It could be the end of me. I've been going harder than Martin since niggas had a dream. Yeah, since elementary. Fuck you know about that though. Bitches tempting me. They be mad and go off. They really envy me. Yeah, this should be killing me. Yeah. How to really catch it.
Okay.
I bring
You
it back.
killed
bring it
that.
back.
Yeah.
We heard you, man.
Yeah,
We
I
heard
heard
you.
Just a
I
little
like
something.
that.
Y'all not ready for this album. Y'all not ready for this album.
Man,
Listen,
make sure y'all, he's telling y'all, make sure y'all tap in with this album.
Yes, please. So when are you thinking about dropping?
when it's time to eat.
Okay,
saying?
okay. I feel like
Don't let that go over your head.
Don't
Don't
let
let
that
it
go.
go.
When it's time to
Yeah.
eat,
I
y'all
don't know
gonna
what that
eat.
mean, but
You know what I'm
it
saying?
sound like something.
gobble gobble.
Okay,
We're
please
hearing
don't do
you.
that. So, Penn State artists. Where do you feel you rank upon these Penn State artists?
Well, I ain't no Penn State artist. I'm an artist that's in attendance. Like
Oh,
Penn State doesn't define me, and it doesn't define my artistry. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I am an artist that does go to Penn State, but I'm not no Penn State artist.
respect.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
So since we are here now, what you plan on doing after graduation? Do you think you're gonna come back here, go to New York, or go somewhere else?
Honestly, I thought about moving to a new state because it's like I love my city, I love New York, but it's just like every real New Yorker know you cannot stay there. Like you have to move out of New York for a bit and then come back, you know. And it's just me. One thing about me, I got expensive taste, so it's just like you see those little penthouse, those videos where they be having a penthouse in the city overlooking Central Park. Like, yeah, that's me. That's that vision I got. So it's just like, you know, I gotta work for that. I'm willing to stay down and stay low until I can get that.
Okay, I like that. You know?
Right?
Yeah.
For sure. So, as an artist, I feel like it's not necessarily an artist's duty to do this, but I feel they should try to inspire, you know, the next generation of artists or the next man trying to come up as an artist or a woman. So, how do you feel like you've done that, or how do you feel like you could do that?
I feel like I've done a bit of inspiring, and I still have a lot to do. Like, I'm still trying to establish a legacy. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's just all about pushing my music out. My music has a message. I'm not one of those rappers that just talk just to talk and like just make a song just for a little quick cash grab. Like, my songs be having messages in them. They be having meanings. I might have a song that you may relate to that I wrote about. Like, it's just different things. So like, I feel like it's all inspiration through the music and the work ethic.
Okay.
To piggyback off of what Jaden just said, what advice would you give somebody who wants to start music but don't know where to start?
Think about the artists that you listen to. Like, your favorite artists, your top 3 favorite artists. Like, you are not copying them, but you are thinking about what sounds do you like? What do you want to sound like? How do you want your music to come off to the people? So it's just like you taking an inspiration and you're making your own image of like how you think you should sound. Like, that's honestly how I feel like you should really start. You know what I'm saying? Watch rap battles. Go on YouTube, watch rap battles. Like, it'll really give you nice metaphors and clever ways to really think about your bars and your entendres and things like that. So it's like just watching people rap. Like, one thing about it, my dad used to be walking around the house, like playing music on the speaker, like cleaning up. He'd be playing a bunch of Fabulous and Jay-Z and Nas. Like it's a bunch of these artists. Like,
Okay. I guess my question for you, since we already got your top 5 Penn State artists, but I don't think we got your favorite artists now, or who are your favorite artists to listen to, or like you said, you listen for the sound, for how you want to sound. Like, who do you think you should sound like, even though you already like you sound like yourself, obviously. But
Right.
who do you use for your inspiration?
Feel like I got Drake, definitely. I listen to like Drake really honestly gets me into like a bit of both sides, the rappy rap and the melodic side. Like he knows how to harmonize and all that. I wouldn't consider like Drake a full on singer, but he can sing. Like you know what I'm saying? So like you got Drake, you got Jay-Z, and you got for
Writer's block.
it's really hard because it's a lot of them is tied. Like a lot of them is tied. Like you know what I'm saying? I even fuck around and say Tupac. Tupac is from New York, even though he claimed Cali, but you know the best artists come from New York. They're born in New York.
Is that a hot take, chat?
The best take, honestly.
I think my city might got something.
I'm about to say
that.
Philly.
Yeah, I think we might got something.
Yeah. What artist from Philly messing with any New York?
Let's see. You did just say Meek Mill was one of your.
Yeah.
Yeah, but compare him to who
we got Meek, we got Uzi, we got PNB.
I mean, for one, numbers don't lie.
We need mainstream.
Mainstream, like you still have artists like Cardi B and Nicki Minaj that come from New York.
True.
Like you have like no like
he said what he say? East Side New York, South Side Queens. What he say? He said something about Jamaica.
South Side Jamaica, Queens, and it's crazy.
Yeah, like you have like it's so many hot artists. We have Cash Cobain. Cash Cobain is from the Bronx. Like yeah.
I'm not familiar with his game.
I like Cash Cobain.
But this episode is getting to a wrap. But since you gave us that freestyle and you mentioned you was dropping an album, I was wondering if we can get a little preview of an upcoming song or something, or a little unreleased song, like something you want to play to the people. You can say no, by the way, but
it would be nice if you did give us a little gift.
Yeah, we want a little more. Like we might ask for more. We might ask for another freestyle or something. Like
another freestyle. Oh,
yeah, you got a choice here.
Oh, okay. I could possibly give y'all a song. Possibly.
Okay.
Can you connect to the speaker?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, because this one thing about this song, I'm gonna show y'all this just because this song's about to drop anyway.
All right. So we can play the whole song, or should we play 1 minute of the song?
You said 1 minute is too long too.
Nah, 1 minute's pretty good.
1 minute of the song is no.
45 seconds.
All right, we'll give you 30 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah, you might find, don't even wanna die. Knew from the start I never miss, I'm trying to make you mine. All them curves I'm trying to swerve and really get behind. A player in disguise, I'm trying to take my time. And all them times you really lie, you trying to talk it out. Ass jiggle when it moves, so I'ma walk you out. Do you want me to stay before I let you go? Oh, you playing mind games, so I'll never really know. Feeling yourself like Beyonce, bitches be getting ahead of theyself. Got the money in the clout, made little niggas go question their wealth. Got a brand new ass and some brand new titties. You done spent all that cash just to end up right back in the city. And, like, yeah.
Damn, okay. That last bar was crazy.
Yeah, that was a little, yeah. But
like
you said this is about to drop?
Yeah, this is about to drop next Friday.
Next Friday, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
People be on the lookout next Friday.
SwervoStaacks dropping
Mind
next
games.
Friday. Mind games, what this is called. Mind games, all right.
It's a little different vibe. Like I usually come up with a lot of aggressive tracks, so I was like, let me turn down the tone a bit.
Okay.
Try this.
I feel you. Well, we appreciate you for stepping on to the show, but that's gonna be a wrap for this one. This is episode 1 with SwervoStaacks. I'm your host, Jay Hope.
And I'm Safian Lewis, and thank you for being here.
No problem. Of course. See y'all guys soon.
All right.